Round of applause for John. Yeah. Wow. All right. How's everybody? How's Bishop Hill? It was a beautiful day today. I came in here. I walked around. I ate 2 very sugary items from the bakery. And then I fell asleep in the car for a second. And it was wonderful. Thank you for being here. We're My Politic. We love coming here. We love coming to see John and all of you wonderful humans. We're going to play you a bunch of our songs. Play some new songs later on. And, yeah. This first one's called Bored Young Ghost. If I die, I don't want my ghost living here. There ain't nothing for a ghost in this sleepy town. Need to find some place where I'll be happy, dear. Some place where I can never settle down. 'Cause if I die here, my ghost will be as bored as I am. Trouble will find me long after my life is through. I'll become addicted to the fear in the eyes of the living. 'Cause around here haunting's the only thing that a bored young ghost can do. Maybe I'll go to New York, maybe I'll go to LA. Keep my mind as busy as I can. Maybe I'll write a script and make a movie one day. Well, I'm about a small town kid without a dream, without a plan. 'Cause if I die here, my ghost will be as bored as I am. Trouble will find me long after my life is through. I'll become addicted to the fear in the eyes of the living. 'Cause around here haunting's the only thing that a bored young ghost can do. But I'd probably stay here, live out that script I'd have written. 'Cause dreams are too big for a small town kid to own. They'll beat 'em out of you as soon as you get 'em. Baby, I'm starting to believe 'em, so please leave me alone. When I die here, my ghost will be as bored as I am. Trouble will find me long after my life is through. I'll become addicted to the fear in the eyes of the living. 'Cause around here haunting's the only thing that a bored young ghost can do. Yeah, around here haunting's the only thing that a bored young ghost can do. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you. I like this room a lot. This is a good room. play a song off of the last record we released, which is a record called Missouri Folklore. And this is a song called What a Life.
Spiders weaving webs all across the yard. I can see them glisten while the sun retreats over the hill. Cars full of people with holes to fill make their way to the same old ending of a different day. And I wonder if they wonder about going on this way. What a life, they say. Counting all the train cars just to make a gain. Can there really be that many hours in a day to waste away? Recalling baseball stats from when I was a kid, as if studying averages was the only thing I did. I wonder if I'll ever use those numbers again. What a life, they say. If we only measure goodness up to the goodness that we see, who's gonna kick it off? Could it possibly be me? Well, that possibility's got me climbing up a tree. But maybe all this ain't such a waste of time, counting cars and spider webs and drinking all this wine. And I wonder if my wondering gets me anywhere tonight. What a life, they say. Well, night finally comes and the shadows on the lawn take the shape of giants fighting just for fun. And the rain begins to fall, and I can taste the earth hovering in the air. For a moment I'm a child outside the house where I grew up. And I wonder the number of times that taste has crossed my tongue. What a life, they say. I can hear an ambulance screaming down the highway. I hope that someone still has a life, and I go on living mine. For a moment I can feel the pain of somebody getting a phone call, sir. She skid out in the rain. And I wonder how somebody goes on living that way. What a life, they say. Well, surprises don't come easy, and other times they do. Routine can mean stability, or it can be the death of you. Well, it's midnight now, and there ain't nothing else to do. But to hope that all this wasn't such a waste of time, counting cars and spider webs and drinking all this wine. And I wonder if my wondering got me anywhere tonight. What a life, what a life, what a life, what a life, what a life. What a life, they say.
Thank you so much. Thanks. I think we'll do another one off that record. Missouri Folklore was a record that I wrote a bunch of songs, kind of reflecting on growing up in the Ozarks and being 30. I'm 33 now. I'm about to be 34. Nick, did you know?
I did, unfortunately.
He did know.
You've had the same birthday every year, as I remember. It's kind of boring if you ask me, but we all do what we want to do.
Things up, I guess. Today's my birthday. How's that? No, I'm just kidding.
I need documentation.
I know.
Let me see his birth certificate.
It's not gonna happen. No, I'm gonna be. It's actually next Saturday. This coming Saturday, 6 days from now, is my birthday. It doesn't matter. It's one of the boring ones. It's like, you know. But anyways, this record we wrote, put together, and released. I guess we released it in December of 2022, which feels like a lot further from now than it actually is, right? Because it's 2024 technically, but technically, you see what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. Anyways, it's yeah, it's pretty. We're pretty. I mean, it's funny making music, writing songs a lot. I have an affinity for new songs, or the things that I'm working on right now, you know. So this whole record business, where you like put a record out and then you got to go play all those songs to people, is fun, and I like it a lot. But I also kind of, I always just get more excited about the new stuff, you know. And but this one it's not too old yet. This one's still fresh enough to feel like the songs are really fun to play. And this is a song about kind of just growing up in Missouri in a family with a lot of addiction issues, and how they kind of take the center of the stage, so to speak, when you're living in and amongst such things. And this is a song I wrote about somebody going through that, maybe making it out of it, but not being able to shake the reputation. It's called Buzzards on a Power Line.
I grew up in a small town, got in trouble with amphetamines. They said I turned my back on Jesus, they went and turned their back on me. Then I blinked and I was 29. Well, I knew I had to sober up. When I kicked it for the first time, that's when I could clearly see. They're like buzzards on a power line, waiting patiently to take their turn. I'm doing fine. 'Cause they're like buzzards on a power line, waiting patiently to take their turn and pick apart what's left behind when I ain't dead yet. Yeah, they hold themselves so high above me, I can hear them talking quietly. When I needed someone there to love me, they were too hungry to see. To them I'm just another failure to look down on. I wish they'd leave me be, 'cause I ain't dead yet. I don't find myself at home anymore. I relapsed after my mom died. At the funeral I was a mess, like they expected me to be. Just can't stand to have them see me now, all grown up and living clean. Can't imagine they'd have much to say, wasn't based on some worn out memory. 'Cause they're like buzzards on a power line, waiting patiently to take their turn, pick apart what's left behind when I ain't dead yet. Yeah, they hold themselves so high above me, I can hear them talking quietly. When I needed someone there to love me, they were too hungry to see. To them I'm just another failure to look down on. But I wish they'd leave me be, 'cause I ain't dead yet. Yeah, I'm growing stronger every day. Sometimes I wonder if they'll ever see the kind of person I've become instead of who I used to be. I try to think about it less and less anymore, focused on letting go and being free. 'Cause I ain't dead yet.
Thank you so much. Thanks. You know what I forgot, John? A water. What? What's that? Yeah, it certainly is. You're a hero. Just for this, not for any of the stuff you do. All that other stuff, no. But this is good. I'm clearly joking. That man is like a walking saint over there. Let's do this one. This is we put an album of topical material out in 2020. Protest songs, if you will. And we'll play you a couple off of that record. Why not? This is the title track to that record. It's a song called Short-Sighted People in Power.
Short-sighted people in power, they're killing us quick by the day, by the hour, while they stack up their profits when it's never they stack up their profits, but it's never enough. We're the ones drowning and burning up. And the drug companies selling us poison. Turned a whole generation into addicts for what? So they can stack up their profits. Well, it's never enough. We can't afford rehab, so we just lock them up. There's always some war to watch on TV and money to burn, 'cause the killing ain't free. While they stack up their profits, it's never enough. While the kids starve and the medical debts pile up. Damn these short-sighted people in power. Can't let them divide us from their ivory tower. We must come together to say enough is enough. It's gonna take every one of us to get what we want. It'll take every one of us to get what we want. These short-sighted people in power.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. It sounded like almost like Elvis. I wasn't doing an Elvis. It was an accident the way it came out. Yeah, I wasn't trying to do my Elvis. I don't have one. That was the closest I've ever come to having one. So this last year, we got to play we were invited to play the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival in Okemah, Oklahoma in July. And it was awesome. It was kind of a life-changing experience. You get there and it's like in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. And all these musicians, like the only hotel in the whole town is a Days Inn, and everybody that's playing stays there. And everybody else either that comes to the show is either camping or like staying like 25 or 30 minutes out of town, right? So this Days Inn is just full of musicians. And at night, in the parking lot of the Days Inn, till like 4 in the morning, all these people just play forever. It was crazy. And yeah, just, do you guys know who Dave Amram is? Does that ring a bell to anybody? He's like in his 90s, and he like used to like guest host Leonard Bernstein's show. Like he was like one of these kind of really, you know, Amram? No. Anyway, that dude would be the first guy. He'd have like his big box of like flutes and whistles and all his different instruments, and he'd put it in the hotel chair that's in there, and he'd wheel it all the way down to this jam and just like stay up longer than anybody. Anyways, it was a blast, and so Woody Guthrie Festival was amazing, and we grew up. I mean, I grew up a huge Woody Guthrie fan, and so the reason I bring it up is because on that record of protest songs that we put out, I've always dreamed of writing a talking blues song, And Woody Guthrie's like the king of talking blues songs. And so they're kind of hard to write, I think. I've never written one, and I've never written another one after this. But the idea in my brain is, growing up listening to like Bob Dylan, Woody Guthrie, and all these old blues guys, there's like an element of social commentary running through the whole thing. But it's also like kind of surrealism too. So I basically chose to write my talking blues song about being a fly on the wall at the Republican National Convention in Jacksonville. It didn't happen in Jacksonville. They moved it, but I imagined if it did happen in Jacksonville. It's called the Talkin' RNC Blues.
I was looking for adventure when I walked out front. I ain't left this house in months. Sitting on the porch, chain smoking Camels, drinking like a drunk while the rain came down. So I got real high and I sat right down. Well, I couldn't tell you where I was bound, but all of a sudden I got where I was going. And buddy, you won't believe what I found. It was crazy. Unbelievable. Well, I went down a hallway, up and down some stairs. I was underground a while, all the roots looked like hairs, with the humidity growing tenfold in the air. Well, I wasn't surprised in the least that I was in Florida. Jacksonville, at the Republican National Convention. Louis Gohmert was there, he was coughing on everyone. Gates was wasted and baked from a gas mask bong he was toking on. Tom Cotton was armed with his whiteout and erasing the pages of our history. Well, William P. Barr, Chad Wolf, and some others had the Statue of Liberty trapped up in the northwestern corner, and after tear gas, flashbangs, and beating her silly, an unmarked car drove her away. And as I'm scanning the room, I catch a glimpse of Jim Jordan. He's alone and he's yelling, and he thinks it's important, and I see Ted Cruz come over and try and console him, and Jim's like, "Fuck off, Ted, nobody likes you." It's true. No matter where we go. Except for Texas, weirdly. I don't know why they keep voting for that motherfucker. Anyway. When someone drew a mustache on the portrait of McCain, it ain't much of a mystery who'd do such a thing. The word loser with 2 O's covered his name, and there were 2 horns growing out of his head. I'll give you 3 guesses. Well, pretty soon everybody made their way to their seat. Well, it was time for the show. The crowd took to their feet. But right before that piece of shit started to speak, Mike Pence walked out with Susan Collins. Just the 2 of them. Together. Well, everybody knows one thing about Mike is that he can't go anywhere with a woman without the company of his wife. And it was right around then I woke up on the porch, realized I was having a dream of the nightmare sort. Well, it certainly wasn't where I wished I had gone, but it is where we are until election day comes. I hope we vote out every one of these clowns, so the next time I leave I can go out of town. So for the sake of the country, vote this election day by mail, absentee, or the old-fashioned way. And if you gotta go out, make sure you got a mask. Let's all come together and take out the trash. Thank you. Thanks. That one makes me giggle.
Um, some of the fun you can have. That one, all, if you can imagine, I literally wrote that song in 12 minutes. It's the fastest I've ever written a song in my life. It blows my mind to this day. I remember sitting on the porch and literally just going, whoa. And I just like wrote it down and I was like, what the heck? It had more words than I think I've ever written to. Oh, goodness me. We're going to do one. Get back to this Missouri folklore record and then maybe play a couple of new ones here in a bit. This one is this is a song. I wrote this song. Sometimes I write a lot about just like feelings that I can't quite pin down or get a grip on, like exactly what they are, you know. And that's this song. It's called "The Dog and the Bone."
I've known hard luck, chased fool's gold. I've been caught up, I've been let go. I saw heaven once, and I let her know she's everything I want, like a fire in the cold. Yeah, I've spent the night out in the front yard, tears falling down, eyes full of stars, full of heartache and joy, surrounded alone, everything all at once, like I was a dog in the bone. I can feel homesick while I'm sitting at home. Must be some other dimension where I sometimes go. It's a strange affliction, feeling empty and whole. Everything all at once, like I was a dog in the bone. It's an awful confusing bit of clarity, like when something amusing is bare hugging sincerity. But I know one thing for sure, I can feel it in my bones. She's the center of gravity in whatever world I roam. I can feel homesick while I'm sitting at home. Must be some other dimension where I sometimes go. It's a strange affliction, feeling empty and whole. Everything all at once, like I was a dog in the bone. Everything all at once, like I was a dog in the bone.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's the way it feels. Ooh, yeah, this one's good. This one's fun. It's been a while since Nick and I have this little run of shows started on Thursday, and we played in Urbana, Illinois on Thursday, and then we played in Fort Atkinson on Friday. And then last night we were in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and now we're here. And but yeah, I moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last year. I think we came here in March last year as well. And I had just moved there, but I've been there now for over a year. And the last time Nick and I went on a run of shows was October with a buddy of ours. Took us out on the road, and that was it. That was the last time we played, and then and then Thursday. So it's been nice getting back in the groove of things. So we had to dust off some songs, and I've been writing all these new songs, and you know how that goes. I told you earlier. I tend to focus on those, but this is an old-timey kind of song that I wrote about where my dad grew up in Eminence, Missouri. Kind of just imagining what his Uncle Gordon was a kind of a storytelling, wisecracking sort of fellow that played banjo, and very interesting guy. And I just kind of wanted to write a little fictional tale about what it might have been like to run around in this very idyllic little river town in south central Missouri called Eminence, and that's the name of the song.
We lit fires off the back of a school bus, throwing matches out the window, watching leaves go up. We'd get off at the next stop and knock on the door and get paid for putting them out. A few dollars apiece and lungs full of smoke. Only after rain, only when we were broke. It never got out of hand. We stuck to the plan till somebody figured us out. It was an honest work, I know that now. But sometimes it was all you could do in that town. Get a hold of a bottle and pass it around on the weekend with your friends by the river. Weaving home on our bikes past that old Sunday crowd, the eyes of someone else's God staring us down. It was hard to escape all the guilt we had found, but it faded the farther we'd ride. Well, we were working on finding our place in this town. When we didn't fit in, we found our own way around. And the whole time we wondered what was going down out there on the other side. It was an honest work, I knew that then. Sometimes all you can do is pretend that you need it for something, and we needed a win on the weekend with our friends by the river. When there's nothing to do to make your dreams come true, you find a way to deliver. When there's nothing to say, it's all hell anyway. You go looking for your own pot of silver. And at the end of the day, when you can't meet your friends by the river.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That's a fun old song to play. Oh yeah. All right, now we're gonna get into the stuff. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty of the new things. New songs. We're gonna try some new songs for you, if that's okay. Been writing up in Pittsburgh. Been going on long walks. There's a lot of. I live in this neighborhood that's like really easy to get to lots of places by foot, and so I've been taking lots and lots of long walks, and I've been fishing a lot. I can walk down the Allegheny River and just it's pretty exciting. Yeah, it's been really good, I think, for my brain, and so I've been writing a lot about a myriad of things, but I think this song is. I've been fascinated with the concept of time lately, the last few years, the philosophical nature of it, and also trying to keep being curious, because it feels like we kind of live in a world that makes you they want to round all the corners, They want to just make everything the same, and I don't want to do that. So, so this is a song kind of about all of that, trying to stay curious in this world. It's called No Other Way.
Well, I hardly write sad songs in minor keys. Well, sure, I feel sad, but I'm happy to be. 'Cause sad folks like you and like me can see a whole other layer beneath. Well, time's in no hurry. Time ain't no thief, gives itself away like a dog in heat, like two romantic poets on a dimly lit street. Well, it flows on and on like a river, and this breaks my heart and fills it more than a few times a day. Now my heart's in thousands of pieces, but for sad folks like us, there ain't no other way. Well, I've spent my life searching for peace of mind. Well, the more you go looking, the more pieces you find. And some people's peace looks like some people's bind. Well, I ache for the solving of mysteries, drunk on the details and the history. And this breaks my heart and fails it more than a few times a day. Now my heart's in thousands of pieces, but for seekers like us, there ain't no other way. questions that keep us turning the wheel. Somewhere between what we know and the way that we feel, we can see for what seems like forever. But it's rare when it all comes together. And this breaks my heart and fails it more than a few times a day. Now my heart's in thousands of pieces, but for the curious kind, there ain't no other way.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Thank you. This is just going to be the new song section, if that's okay. Yeah. So this next one, this next song I wrote, a buddy of mine in Nashville called me up. I like to talk to my pals on the phone for long conversations and catch up with them. And a couple months ago, he called me and we were catching up and talking about what we were up to and all this stuff. And then he mentioned to me, he goes, "Oh, did you hear about our friend? Friend's this brilliant musician who plays a ton of instruments and has a ton of instruments and it's just got a brain on him, you know. For music, more than almost anybody I've ever met, I think." He goes, "Oh, did you hear about our buddy? He's thinking about quitting music and selling all of his instruments and learning how to sail and getting out of the game." And I was devastated. You know, I don't know whether or not he does it. It still just took me for a surprise, and so I immediately sat down and had to figure that one out, and I wrote this song about it. It's called Drifting Around the Ocean at the moment. That's what it's called anyway. Yeah. Let me get a nice clean start
Did the dream die? I could feel the shift in tide. Did the dream die? Or is it only hiding? And if it's really gone, who the hell am I? I don't know. I don't know. Drifting round the ocean. I sold all the tools I ever owned. I used them to build a world that was mine. I was offered no jewels for the work I've known, just the trace of memories in the back of my mind. So it goes, so it goes, drifting round the ocean. So it goes, so it goes, drifting round the ocean. Well, there's a calm breeze blowing. The sun is dancing on the water. I can see where I've been, but not where I am going, and slowly start to hear those melodies again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Nick, I think you're doing a good job. The other people said otherwise, but I think they're wrong.
Is my mom here?
Yeah. Perpetually parking. That's your mom. um, yeah, so this next one is a song that I wrote about, kind of like what we're doing here and what I know John does in his life, and all these people that we go around and meet when we play house concerts, listening rooms, these kinds of things that are like community spaces, you know. And we do that a lot. We've been doing that for over a decade now. And we just made so many friends. It feels like when we come visit, it feels like I'm coming to hang out with family, you know. And I just kind of want to try to capture what that felt like, because it feels kind of unique. I mean, we're not the only people doing this, but
I also have emotions.
I just he announces. He proclaimed. Yeah. So yeah, it's just really fun to go around and do this, and so I kind of want to write a song about trying to capture the feeling of it. Yeah. It's a pretty straightforward song. It's a song called A Funny Place to Find Yourself.
I can never think of the first line. It always hides away like it's afraid of me. And just when I think, man, you got it this time, the idea splits into a million possibilities. Like I'm sitting in this house that I love dearly, not because it's mine, though it is a part of me. I'm high on homemade cookies from the last show, thinking every time I'm in this house I can feel how much I've grown. The road's a funny place to find yourself. Strangers quickly go from being strangers right to friends. The road's a funny place to find yourself. Thankful to everyone who ever let us in. Gather everybody in the living room. Play your songs for people really listening. Stay up half the night watching new friendships bloom, learning all about how folks are living everywhere. Get some sleep and it's off to the next town, listening to philosophers philosophize away. Let it all sink in and then go another round. When I get back home I try my best to write down what they say. The road's a funny place to find yourself. The more you learn about the others, you find what's deep inside you too. The road's a funny place to find yourself, and I can't think of anything more interesting to do. How and where you spend your time means so much, it's true. The way I've been spending mine is all I want to do. The only way we get to do it is because of all of you. It's a funny place to find yourself. Strangers quickly go from being strangers right to friends. The road's a funny place to find yourself. Thankful to everyone who ever let us in. Thankful to everyone who ever let us in.
Thank you. Yeah, it's true. I know. I've noticed this. We'll play you one more new one, and then we'll play you some old ones. Does that sound good? All right. I wrote this one about kind of what I've been up to in Pittsburgh. Well, what I've been up to recreationally. I've been doing a lot of writing and a lot of teaching. My guitar and different things. My wife, Georgia English, is a brilliant songwriter and teacher as well. We moved up there, and she started a nonprofit, and we've been teaching all the neighborhood hooligans, the youths. Now they're all cool. And like I said earlier, I've been walking around a lot and you know, exploring Pittsburgh and trying to get my head around all of it. And it's a lot of new things, and I love new things, you know. So this is a song kind of about that. Kind of, John and I were talking a little bit earlier about this feeling, like this, you know, what we've all kind of collectively been through over the last few years has been crazy. Who needs it? Has been crazy and like up in the air and stuff like that. And so I've been spending the last like year plus trying to like get settled in this brand new place. We didn't know anybody when we moved there, and now we got all these friends, and it's great. But just kind of like, kind of all that chaos, I wanted to kind of try to capture that in some weird way. And so this is a song I wrote called Signs of Life. You ready?
His front yard suckers 15 foot deep. And when I can't sleep, I think about the things that he finds. Bottles and trinkets and little pieces that shine. Some days I wish his life was mine. I think I'll go for a walk, or maybe I'll go fishing, we'll see. Try and find someone to talk to about all this joy and all this misery. Shooting beer cans we emptied, skipping rocks and sipping wine. I think I've got one on the line. Maybe I'm doing alright. It's so hard to tell what's true sometimes. Maybe I'm doing alright, out here searching for signs of life. I'm gonna take me a bus out to the Museum of Art and eat just enough mushrooms to have my mind blown apart. Follow the crooked streets all the way home. Talk to strangers and bury my phone. Maybe I'm doing alright. It's so hard to tell what's true sometimes. Maybe I'm doing alright, out here searching for signs of life. And if I get tired of looking, I hope I don't stay tired too. Everybody needs a fire to cook in. They're gonna stay hungry as the day is long. Maybe I'm doing alright. It's so hard to tell what's true sometimes. Maybe I'm doing alright, out here searching for signs of life. Maybe I'm doing alright. It's so hard to tell what's true sometimes. Maybe I'm doing alright, out here searching for signs of life. I'm out here searching for signs of life. I'm out here searching for signs of life.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the new songs. Sure is fun to write songs, you know. They're so good for so many different things, you know. My tuner fell off.
I was about to say, I see your tuners back there.
I know. We'll do a couple of sad songs off Missouri folklore real quick. This first one is a song called "Cursing at the Night and at the Morning."
A wire spool from a construction site in the middle of the living room. A tree fell on some girl somewhere. I saw it on the news. Linoleum floors in a jump rope, a little trailer on a little hill. He rode the van once with both of us. Man, he sure was hard to kill. What I know and what I've heard are different things, I'm sure. But the difference is all blurred, 'cause time's a warping glass. When you're looking at the past, they say good things never last. But never talk about how busted pieces find you fast and take you out without a single warning. They leave you cursing at the night, at the morning. I wish he wasn't a fool, I wish he was right. Instead he's got white power tattoos across both of his knuckles bare. He used to like to feed us booze. My sister's a little older, I hope someday she finds her will. He gave his eyes to one of us, I wish they didn't haunt me still. What I know and what I've heard are different things, I'm sure. But the difference is all blurred, 'cause time's a warping glass. When you're looking at the past, they say good things never last. But never talk about how busted pieces find you fast and take you out without a single warning. They leave you cursing at the night and at the morning. They leave you cursing at the night, cursing at the night. They leave you cursing at the night and at the morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'll alert the media.
Let them know. Get the papers out here.
Man drinks water.
First
Crowd
time.
goes mild.
That was mild. That was good. Well done. You turned the W into an M.
Yep. That's
Flipped
part
her
of it.
upside down.
Some of the fun you can have.
Some of the fun you can have with language. Yeah, we called into a WQUD. Is that what it is? on Friday, and it was fun. Talked to host Mama C. Is that her name? I think she played this song on the radio, which is lovely. It's a sad song about baseball. I grew up a Cardinals fan, St. Louis Cardinals fan. And this is a song trying to capture how important baseball can feel to people. 'Cause I love it so much. And this is a song called Driving Home to You.
We were in Missouri when the call came on. They were shipping you off to Vietnam to kill them people in the Viet Cong. You were there and then you were gone. I remember you being torn about it. You never said much, but your eyes did scream. You said you had to go, so you went and I cried for 13 months till they told me you died. Maybe that was the last time I ever felt like a kid. Catch a glimpse of that feeling every now and then. When I catch 'em broadcast the Cardinals on the radio. When I'm visiting Mama in the fall in her nursing home. When they'd call a home run, I'd think of you. How you'd be coming undone, how you'd be coming unglued. You always loved the game. I always tried to do the same. But sometimes the pain's too much. I can hardly make it through. But when I'm driving through Missouri in the fall, with the windows down listening to baseball, ain't nothing could convince me it wasn't true that I was driving home to you. The day we buried you up on the hill, we were left alone with a hole to fill. Eyes numb to the pain, Mama just sat still with a blank stare and a broken smile. I tried to stick around, but it was hard to do, with a future unfolding in a past like glue. I said I had to go, so I went and we cried. Had to grow up again in the blink of an eye. Maybe that was the last time I ever felt like a kid. I catch a glimpse of that feeling every now and then. When I catch 'em broadcast the Cardinals on the radio. When I'm visiting Mama in the fall in her nursing home. When they'd call a home run, I'd think of you. How you'd be coming undone, how you'd be coming unglued. You always loved the game. I always tried to do the same. Sometimes the pain's too much. I can hardly make it through. But when I'm driving through Missouri in the fall, with the windows down listening to baseball, ain't nothing could convince me it wasn't true that I was driving home to you.
Thanks. Thank you so much. We're going to do 3 more songs for you on this beautiful Sunday evening.
And then we're going to drive.
And then we're going to go
It's going to be great.
to Effingham.
Which sounds like what you tell somebody to go do.
It does. Yeah.
Why don't you just go to Effingham? Yeah, exactly. Stop at the effing diner. Why don't you go to effing jail while we're talking about it?
That's so good.
I'm 7.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, we got us a beautiful room at the.
Don't say you got us a room.
Well, I mean, it's one room with 2 beds in it.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. And at the, what is it? The Ramada?
Mm-mm. Is it the Ramada?
Who knows? Yeah.
Called We All Knew It by the Sweater.
yeah. I got this sweater. At there's this guy that runs a thrift store. He's really got a good eye in the neighborhood, and his sweater's like $12. I'm like, what? And I bought it, and then weirdly on this train here, it randomly has the numbers 417, which is the area code where we grew up. So take that. Making fun of my sweater.
You got me.
I did. I got you. I got you good.
Good for you, man. Everybody's really happy for you.
We're gonna do 3 more, and then we got some new shirt. I got a new shirt design. I don't know how many I got left of them, but and we got a couple of things over in the merch too. This man brought me, not you. You're not drinking. He brought me some beers and some rye whiskey. So if you have anything like that you want to give us. We also just like money. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, I fucking hate money, to be honest. But we do need it technically.
Give us all your money and we'll go burn it for you. We'll get it out of here.
We'll get rid of it for you. I know how much it's. This is a song about the possibility of love. It's called Maybe It's Love. Jimmy's tending bar, Joey's drinking gin. They both wanna go home and they're in it till the end. It's 2 o'clock, things are closing down. They're making conversation while the lights go out. They go home together. Maybe it's love that they found. Who knows if it's love that they found? Amy's on the road, singing songs for tips. Brendan's catching every word that's leaving her lips. They joke about the difference between Missouri and where she's from. They share a pack of cigarettes and laugh until the early morning comes. Back at her hotel room, maybe it's love that they found. Who knows if it's love that they found? Someone to hold on to, someone who understands. You won't know what love is until you found it. It's a never-ending mystery, no matter what you plan. You won't know it's there till you're surrounded. Gina studies hard and wakes up with the sun. Leroy's smile is big and wide, and he was built for having fun. They grew up on the same street, a couple blocks away. The thought of love had never crossed their minds until today. They locked eyes at the company happy hour. Maybe it's love that they found. Who knows if it's love that they found? Maybe it's love that they found. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's just been a real joy. It kind of like flew by. I didn't even realize what time it was.
It's that time.
We're gonna do a couple more for you. The next song we're gonna do is a cover song. It's a John Prine song. We're big John Prine people. We love him very much. He's probably my biggest influence as a songwriter. Maybe.
Mine's got to be Bob Dole.
It's hard to tell. Bob Dole.
Got to be Bob Dole.
That classic Bob Dole flair that you bring to your guitar playing.
Everybody sees it and notices it, I think.
Yeah. You know what? I can't even picture that man's face, to be honest. And he was everywhere when I was a kid.
I like to break out some of
Bob
my
Dole.
political humor that for different crowds. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
if I said
yeah.
Bob Dole in front of a Gen Z crowd, they wouldn't.
They would
know.
be like, "Holy hell, who is that?" Yeah.
But I felt like this crowd, they saw Bob Dole on
Yeah,
TV, and
they've
like
seen
I
Bob
did.
Dole. Yeah,
We
yeah,
all saw
yeah.
Bob Dole, and we were like, "Fuck that guy, Bob Dole."
I keep
Okay.
I keep thinking of Bob Dole. You know Bob Dole? Yeah. Yeah.
I
mean,
am too. It's
when I was 6, that was the campaign. 6 to 8, right?
I don't know.
1996, 1998.
Oh, there you
somewhere
go.
there. Yeah.
Cool. Well, now I'm
Yeah.
sorry I brought it up. But
Dole.
Bob Dole.
I wonder how he's doing.
He's dead.
I know. I figured.
Yeah.
I figured he probably is.
You can't drone that many people.
A pin? Bob Dole.
Oh. I see.
Interesting. So don't shake Bob Dole's hand.
No, the moral of the story is lie about who you are.
Oh, yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Because if people can't accept you for who you are, lie about it. Okay. That's the lesson.
Take it home, man. All right, this is John Prine's song that we love playing. It's called Mexican Home. It's a deep cut.
Last night it got so hot, I swear, you couldn't hardly breathe, and heat lightning burned the sky like alcohol. Well, I sat on the porch without my shoes, and I watched the cars roll by, and the headlights raced to the corner of the kitchen wall. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, looking for that sacred coal that burns inside of me. And I feel a storm all wet and warm, not 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. Oh my God, I cried, it's so hot inside. You could die in your living room. Take the fan from the window, prop the door back with a broom. And the cuckoo clock has died a shock, and the windows feel no pain. And the air is as still as the throttle on a funeral train. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, looking for that sacred coal that burns inside of me. And I feel a storm all wet and warm, not 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home. My father died on the porch outside. It was an August afternoon. I drank bourbon and cried with a friend by the light of the moon. Now it's hurry, hurry, step right up. It's a matter of life or death. Well, the sun is going down and the moon is just holding its breath. Mama dear, your boy is here, far across the sea, looking for that sacred coal that burns inside of me. And I feel a storm all wet and warm now, 10 miles away, approaching my Mexican home, approaching my Mexican home.
Thank you so much. It's been a real joy singing these songs for you tonight. We're going to do one more. It's one of our songs. A huge thank you to John Taylor and everybody that brought food. You guys are the best, for real. This is the last track on the last album we put out. A song called Vanishing Vapors.
We used to smoke pot in the grocery store parking lot. After working nearly for nothing, felt like the least we could do. The humidity hung in the air like a dolly clock. Little clouds catching light as they grew and they grew. Well, they grew till there wasn't enough air to keep them together. Vanishing vapors, no trace of existence at all, except for maybe the look you share with another, somebody a little bit like you. Searching nearly for nothing, just trying to feel something in a town where there ain't nothing to do. Hunting ghosts on the weekends, trying to hitch ourselves up to some history. Well, haunted is better than feeling nothing at all. Getting fucked up so often, betting our lives on some hilltop rush. That feeling's there, and it's gone, but it could get you through. Well, you might start to wonder, is there enough here to keep us together? Or are we vanishing vapors, no trace of existence at all? But you can't shake the look you share with another, somebody desperate like you. Searching hard for the line that's running through time, trying to find out what's honest and true. I ain't been back in ages, losing most of my reasons to be there. Well, it's hard not to look back and wonder, was that really me? We all made it out one way or another. Left haunted and holding our memories. You don't get nothing for free. We're all left haunted and holding our memories. You don't get nothing for free.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much.
For real. Thanks. Come talk to us over there. Thank you.
Just leave it up here.